been very exciting to see so many great candidates and so many more who are interested in getting into the program. So we're looking at how we continue this and move forward.
I think for me, coming into this program, definitely the Urban Land Institute and the prestige of that organization is what really drew me in. They've been at this for decades, and so just knowing that I was definitely going to walk away with having sharpened my skill set, and knowing that I could go back to work and really take a lot of what I had learned with me was a huge plus.
And so the READY program was kind of 101 to that. It was bringing together minority developers, and then hopefully, through partnerships, which this READY program has done, partnerships with, Cleveland Development Advisors and the NAACP will be able to really develop this ecosystem of not only the developers, but architects and realtors and bankers and contractors, so that, there's this support system for one another.
So Ready for me was a great entry point into real estate, especially if you didn't have like a formal background and training into it. But it enabled you to kind of get a bigger perspective of what was the role of a real estate developer, what were the different components that it comes down to developing, what does that consist of, right? Title to zoning and all these different aspects to get a project from an idea to the actual execution of an actual real world project.
And what the READY program was able to provide was that technical assistance, which is so critical from, the areas of architect to finance, to management, and then just the networking opportunity to find other minority developers who are interested in that space.
So the ULI Cleveland Real Estate Diversity Initiative program is a 10-week course, and it finishes with a final project that is completed with group work. We pair individuals who are participating in the program into smaller working teams, and they'll work throughout the entirety of the program. We accept a total of 30 applicants within the program as well.
So definitely a shout out to ULI for even putting this program together with a focus on diversity and inclusion. It's not something that you see often in the real estate development world. To be honest, that was somewhat intimidating for me, being a woman and a person of color. I definitely thought, is this for me? Will this actually lead to a real opportunity? And coming to the table with ULI, it felt very welcoming.
And ULI gave us a seat at a table that we might not otherwise be invited to or welcome to. And ULI did that, right? You ushered us in, have a seat, enjoy yourselves, learn something. Hopefully you can become the future developers.
There are many meetings where I'm sitting at the table and I'm the only woman, or I'm the only diverse mix in the group. And what I loved about it is I felt like I was with my people. I got to work with so many women and so many diverse mixes of people. It was great.
Yeah, and I think too that sense of welcomeness, because our conversations when we were developing our land were very different. We were talking about how does this reflect the community? Who's there? Do we want displacement or do we want inclusion? And that was a very different strategy, I think, from your typical development project.
But from my lens, it was a great opportunity to network with real estate professionals, both in the field as well as those that have been doing real estate externally in a non-structured environment. But the network has been invaluable to really connect with other people that look like myself in the space, as well as other folks that don't look like myself but have experience. I've been able to kind of bridge that divide, if you will. But I will say, doing the course of preparing for the presentation, that pro forma, actually working as a team to complete that pro forma was priceless. That was one of the best experiences because it took the practicality of what are you actually developing, what are the costs associated with that development, what are the different pieces and folks that we need to kind of talk to and actually layer in when it comes to development. How do you actually think about the community? How do you engage the community when it comes to developing these projects start to finish?
So the presentation was a little intimidating, but I think it gave us a really great example of what it's like to actually pitch something to a potential client. We had, people, everyone from the city of Cleveland, building department, to people that actually do real estate development in the audience, listening to our ideas. They gave us real-time feedback at the conclusion of our presentation, and we were actually invited to come out and present more information about our project.
It was a hard program. It was hard, but very gratifying to kind of work through it and come to the end, and it felt like an accomplishment of sorts.
Me, once I kind of understood or got introduced to Ready, and then got exposed to all the different programming and opportunities within ULI Cleveland, it was a no-brainer. I wanted to take full advantage of all the different opportunities, especially the free opportunities that come along with having the membership.